Hello and welcome to my channel. Another card for you today. So if you like it, please subscribe below. That would be absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do is show you a card that I did for Chocolate Barouque on their last TV show, which featured the Orchard set of stamps, which are, oh sorry, things just dropped out, which are the Orchard stamps, which are this set here. So you get the two trees, foliage and little bits and pieces to play with. So this is what I'm going to do, and all that's the stamps I'm going to use, and this is the card we are going to make. So we've got a little bit of stamping, we've got a bit of background going on, a few birds, and that's basically all there is to it. It's not really overly complicated. Nice straightforward card. So let's get cracking. So what we're going to be using is distress ink in shaded lilac, peeled paint distress ink, and broken china distress ink. And as I mentioned before in my previous videos, we have got 3 sash brushes which I've used for each colour. And again, you can get these on Amazon, eBay, and they're about £7-8 for a set of 4, and you get different thicknesses. Well worth investing, really good to work with. Just nice brushes to do your backgrounds and also for stenciling. So we are also going to be using potting soil archival ink and watering can archival ink, and I have also got somewhere a little bird stamp. And the last thing we will be needing is a 1-inch circle cut out, die cut or punched, however which way you want to use it, and I think that is an inch. I usually do use an inch. Yep, that is an inch punch, so use that as a guide basically of what you need. So first things first, we're going to get our mat, a non-stick mat. Get these brushes out of the way, the tree out of the way, just anchor my non-stick mat down, get these going. So that's that. So I'm going to start with the peeled paint, load up my brush. I'm basically just going to cover the bottom third part of my piece of card. I'm just going to get a bit of tissue to protect my work. So again, just liberally, as you can see, the colour is going on pretty well. Just a few rapid strokes, and again, you know, just go lightly at first. You can always add the colour, but it's quite difficult to take it off once you've added it. So I'm quite happy with that. Put that back onto there, put that there, and I'm going to go in with the broken china. Again, load up my brush, bit of ink, cover my work, and again, rapid strokes right across the card. And then I'm just going to add my little mask, which I've now lost. Which I've put somewhere. So I'm just going to put this down. Once I've now got a thin layer of colour underneath the mask, obviously now it's going to stay lighter than the rest of the sky, which is what I want, because then it will define the sun and it won't be quite so harsh. So there we go. And I'm just going to put the lid back on that, move that out of the way. And then I'm just going to add a slight hint of purple. So I'm using the shaded lilac because the sun is setting after all. So I just want a bit of colour between the land and the skies. So by going in with the shaded lilac, it's going to give me that hint of colour that the sun is actually beginning to set, or risen, whatever the case may be. So there we go. Let's say this is a card I did for Chocolate Barouque on their last TV show. Nice set of stamps. Put those there. So this is what we've got now at the moment. Don't worry about the little bits and pieces on there, we're going to cover that. So we have peeled paint at the bottom for the grass, we have broken china for the sky at the top, and a hint of shaded lilac going through the middle to a emphasize between the land and the sky. And there we have our sun. It's kind of a like an impressionist piece, really. It's got that hazy impressionist look about it. Quite nice. So put the mat out of the way, we won't be needing that for a bit. I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper to do my stamping on. And there we go. So with the archival watering potting soil, we're just going to lightly tap our stamp. So just light tapping all over, and then actually I've just missed a bit in the middle. I'm just gonna ink that up a bit more. There we go, that's it. I'm just gonna bring that down onto the card, and I'm going to slightly go off the card a bit with the edge of the stamp. So, and again, as in previous videos, just allow a few seconds for the ink to make contact with the card. Press down very firmly, and there we have our image. So I'm just going to move it and have a second generation stamp, and again just press that down, and we've got a slight shadow in the background. So we've got a tree further back. So what you've done automatically is given depth to your piece of artwork. So repeat the process again. Ink up your stamp. Very light tapping. There we go. A bit more in the middle. And I'm just going to put my stamp there, and again allow the ink to make contact with the card and let it soak in a little bit, and then move it slightly over and do the same thing again. And then in the background you can still see this, you can still see the sun and the sky, the different colors of the sky, and obviously you can still see the grass. So, and as you all know me by now, clean the stamp, and because I've used archival. I'm just going to use a bit of cleaner. There we go. Get rid of that. Wipe the stamp. Just a little tip. If your back of your stamp, the cushion, is getting a bit dry and it's not sticking as this was earlier, get a wet wipe and give it a clean, and just go over your stamp just like that with a wet wipe, and that will bring back the stickiness to the cushion. Don't know if you can hear that. So that means it's sticky again. So, and then you just press it back down, and then, you know, it's back to how you want it. Sticky. Right, so what I'm going to do now is add a few birds. So I've got a little bird stamp, a flock of bird stamps over here. I'm just gonna ink these up in a watering can, but I don't want I'm going to put one there, slightly fainter, we're gonna have, oh, let's have one there, and then some more in the background over there. So that's the birds in. And again, give that a quick wipe. That's the last of the watering can. We don't need that one again. And we give that a quick wipe. Put the stamp back because it's such a small stamp. I don't really want to lose it. So back it goes. So all we're going to do now is I'm just going to put a little bit of, again, using the stamp again, but this time I'm just going to use the very edge. I'm just going to add a few branches to make it look as though we've got a bit of a hedge going on. Now it's up to you what colour you use. You can use a green if you want. I'll tell you what I might do, just to vary it and just to show you a little bit of a difference. There we go. And again, give that a quick wipe. And dry that one off. Put that back down there. Put that over there. So I'm going to leave it like that. What you can do if you want, you can use these little foliage stamps. I'm using another colour if you so desire. Is stamp a few flowers or what have you going along the bottom here. So so again, if you want to use these foliage stamps along the edge of the, you can, and just stamp in a different color like a green along the bottom here if you so desire. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Put that away. Put that away. And all we do now is just mat and layer it onto a piece of card. So a bit of double-sided tape around all four sides. A little bit there. And finally this one. a little bit there, and last but not least, the fourth side. And then we take our little pokey tool. And I've got a green piece of card here. I'm just going to lay this down. That'd be about right. And then get my little ruler, my knife, and I'm using 1/8 of an inch. These are my matte and layering rulers. Excellent. Very good for matte and layering. Get rid of those little bits. And then we have our final little bit of double-sided around the 4 edges again. So again, as I said in I think my last video, I mean, if you just want to send a card to somebody for no and it's not really an important occasion, you know, it's just you just want to say hello to somebody, or just dropping a note to somebody, or arrange a date, or whatever the occasion, small occasion might be, you know, you just want to make contact with somebody. I mean, it's always nice to send a handmade card to somebody, just to let them know you are thinking of them. And something like this, along the lines of these, are ideal for just doing that. So, and I think it's always nice just to send a handmade card to somebody that you've gone to the trouble of making, and you know, it just shows that you are thinking of them, whatever the occasion may be. You know, they might have even just lost their pet, you know, and you just want to say, you know, I'm thinking of you, sorry to hear, or whatever. So a handmade card is ideal, and something like this is I think probably covers most bases for something like that. So that's our finished card. Now what I want to point out with this stamp set, the Orchard from Chocolate Barouque, we have made this card, but also the cards that I did for this show is this one, which was also done in a previous video, and if I just get it out of the envelope, this one. So what we have is 3 cards using the same stamp, be getting 3 totally different effects. I hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time for something a little bit different. Thank you. Bye.